everyone, I'm here with Sam, and today we are going to show you the brooders that we made for the chicks and the gosling that will be arriving pretty soon here. So Sam is the one who's going to be taking care of the chickens and the gosling. So he is going to show you what we did to have an inside brooder for these lovely creatures. All right, so this is our chick brooder. Sam, can you give the rundown?
So basically, our chick brooder is a large, extra large dog kennel, a nice metal one, and then to help with the chickens from getting out, we would take some cardboard and then we would zip tie it. Here we have little zip ties.
That's right. We zip tied all the way around the perimeter, right?
Mm-hmm. For doors, we would cut it, do this, and you'd get that.
Yep, so we cut the cardboard there so it would open with the door.
And then we would have more plywood under the bedding.
Oh, yep, we had some cardboard.
There's cardboard under, and then there is newspaper,
Yep.
which will help with the chickens not destroying the cardboard and going to the bottom of the kennel, which we don't want them to.
Yeah, so we got a couple inches of pine shavings on top of newspaper, on top of cardboard.
Yeah. And then, for the important parts, we have our chick water, which they will need, and then the chick feeder, which they also need. And then instead of a chicken lamp to help keep them up, we went for like a chicken thing where they would go under and there would be heat put under, and then the chickens would be really happy, and it can house up to 15 chickens, which is what I'm gonna get.
That's right, it's called a heat plate.
Yeah.
And it mimics a mother hen. Yeah. And it's safer than a heat lamp, right? Because heat lamps can be a fire hazard. Mm-hmm. Wonderful. And you want to show how we decorated the chick brooder?
And yeah, as a small present, we got these little chicken signs.
That's right, a good family friend, Heidi. She gave us a couple signs, so we already wanted to use them. We have the chick in and send more chickens, and we even have another really cool one over here, shake your tail feather with a goat, because Max's goats are coming in 6 days. So we have the chick brooder right here, kind of in the center of our homeschool room. Next to it, we have the Gosling brooder. So I'm gonna back the chick brooder away so we can give you a close look of our Gosling brooder. So the reason we have the chick brooder kind of nestled up right next to the Gosling brooder is so that the two can be right next to each other. They can see each other, the 15 chicks and the one Gosling. We've never had geese before, so we heard that they do grow at a faster rate than the chicks. So we wanted to make sure we had a brooder available for the Gosling, just, to make sure that they have their own space, and so that if anything were happening with the chicks, we could definitely put the Gosling right over into its little own little home. If we do have to do that with the Gosling, put it in its brooder, its own brooder, we want it to be so close to the chicks so that they're near each other, so they can still bond together. Our hope is to have the Gosling with the chicks, but being that we're so new and we aren't sure if that's going to work out for the safety of the chicks and the Gosling, we created a custom Gosling brooder out of scrap wood, windows, and screens. So Sam's gonna give you the rundown on the Gosling brooder.
So what we first did for the Gosling brooder is we used some repurposed wood, and then we put them into a nice rectangle, and then we painted it white around pretty much all spaces. You can barely even see any non-painted stuff.
Because we used a lot of repurposed materials and scrap wood, we wanted to kind of make it all cohesive, right? And look like one big brooder.
And then, when the goose is in there, you'll close this, but we can open this.
Yep, this is a repurposed screen. We just took some brackets.
Okay, you can pop that out. Put that to the side.
Good.
Then, now you have this, and your goose will be in here. Very similar to the chick brooder over there. Then you'll have goose, and basically the same as last time, just right now it doesn't have newspaper.
That's right, because do you remember why we didn't want to put newspaper in there? Because with their webbed feet, it can cause them to slip. So we only have cardboard, and that's topped off with a couple inches of pine shavings.
So then we have our feeder, the same as the other one. And then we have a little special like water slash like somewhat going in it.
So what it is it's the waterer.
Yeah.
And when they're goslings, when they're little, you don't want them to get into the water because they haven't developed the oil on their feathers.
Little gosling, they can't really fit in this.
Just their head, right?
Yeah, their head can fit in because they're like 50% bigger as little chickens.
Yep, they're pretty big. And then do you remember why they need to dip their heads into their water?
So the reason why they dip their heads into water is to clean their nostrils.
That's right. So they're not like chicks. They actually have to get their whole beak and I think part of their head into the water when they drink. But you don't want them crawling in their water either.
You don't want them to drown.
Yep. So we put some duct tape around just to kind of soften up the jagged plastic edges from that.
And then we have another chick brooder, but this one is bigger and actually can hold up to 20 chickens, but this one's for the goose.
Yeah. So
and it's basically the same thing as the other one, just a little different design.
So this is another heat plate that can be used for chicks, right? Up to 20 chicks. So we figured it might be really good for the gosling. This here is a cone that just gets placed on top of it to prevent chicks or ducklings or goslings from wanting to perch on top of the heat plate. So it's a different design. So we opted to try one with the cone on top. So Sam, can you show them how it kind of goes right back on there?
So it just goes right back on, all four sides work the same, and they'll just pop it on like that.
That's right. And these legs are adjustable, just like the other heat plate. It can go up and down depending on the size of the babies you have in here.
We have the legs in there.
Yeah.
You can adjust the legs to height, and
Yeah, it mimics basically that same mother hen, mama bird heat that they would get if they were nestled underneath their mama. So, yep, this is all custom made, this brooder. We even have 2 windows on each side that have screens, and these can go up and down depending on what we want to use it for. So say we wanted to have the 2 sides open or have the screen down here, we can do that. It can go outside as well. We built it so we could wheel it outside, kind of like a wheelbarrow. It's got some repurposed wheels we had lying around. So here's one, and then over here behind other supplies for the chicks, we have like chick grit, apple cider vinegar, honey for the electrolyte water. And then there is another wheel over here. And then this is just the surge protector that we are going to be using to plug the 2 heating plates into. That there is our custom made brooder. So it could be used for chicks, goslings, probably ducks. So this sucker should be with us for quite some time. And in addition to having the dog kennel that we are using as a chick brooder, we should have our bases covered, right, Sam?
yeah.
So your chicks are hatching 1 week from today, right?
Yeah.
So March 14th from Meyer Hatchery, we'll be getting 15 chicks. And the Gosling, we're not sure when he or she will be showing up, but they will be coming to us from Sugar Feather Farm in Vermont. So we're prepared, we're ready. We have, what's back here in these buckets, Sam? Do you remember that?
So right back here, we have some stuff. We have our grain.
Yeah.
Like our stuff that will feed the chicks.
Yeah, so we have Gosling grain and chick feed as well, right? And we, for the Gosling, because Goslings need niacin, we got some brewer's yeast as well to go along with the grain and feed we got for the Gosling. So I think we got all our bases covered. All right, everybody, thanks for hanging with us today and taking a look at our setup. We have these chicks and the Gosling arriving, and the goats are coming this weekend as well. So I keep saying this house is going to be becoming a funny farm real quick. So we'll have some baby goats in the house, chicks, potentially the Gosling, and we already have Sam's bunny, Chester, up there, plus the 2 dogs. So it's going to be a lot of fun here and a little crazy and a lot of learning. So stick around. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Bye.